power of residual income. And after listening to Doug's story, it's clear to me that we have an incredible business based on really transforming people's lives. And that's what I love about this. Now, if I were to take you back to maybe 2 years ago, or a year ago, or even more for some of you, when you started, what was your reason for becoming a coach? Could it have been fitness? Most of you probably would say yes. Some of you would probably say that you wanted to be a part of a community that would support you to go past those 60, 90, 21 days. Maybe you wanted the accountability to keep going. Because fitness, while simple, is not easy. Some of you might even look at the lifestyle that this provides. But if I were to sum it up in one word, and I was to talk to individually each of you, the word that would come would be freedom. You'll be the freedom to do what you want to do, to be who you want to be, to hang out with who you want to hang out with, and to control your time. Freedom. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I recall 6 years ago when I started, I spoke to a coach. And this coach had her back against the wall. See, Amanda Dewey had been married for 8 years. She had 2 young boys, Austin and Roman. She had no formal education. She had just gone through a divorce. And she was on the verge of bankruptcy. And she started, and she found her mentor, Melissa McAllister, who led her and told her what to do, just like you guys were told by your upline, by your mentor. But her first question was not the freedom to do what she wanted to do. It was, how do I make ends meet? And I recall having a conversation with Amanda and talking about a concept called your freedom number. So write this down, freedom number, because I do want you to be very specific today on what your freedom number is. See, far too many times when we think about freedom, we think 6-figure incomes and yachts and fancy cars and world travel, where really the first step is to figure out what your freedom number is. Okay, so here's how we figure out our freedom number. If you take the past 6 months of expenses, in your household, what does it take to keep your household going? From paying the gas bill, the car note maybe, daycare, everything that you need to get your household going. Take that over the past 6 months, take the average of that. For illustration purposes, let's say your freedom number is $4,500. I want you to then add 10% on top of that. So that will be, if we rounded it up, it will be $5,000. And over 12 months, over a year, that will be a $60,000 income, will be your freedom number. Now, I don't know what your freedom number is. Everybody determines what their freedom number is based on what their expenses are. And by the way, once you reach one freedom number, you can always go to the next stage. So what I want to talk today is, how do we figure out, number one, what your freedom number is, and how do we work our business with franchise-like precision so that we're not just leaving out to chance, so that we don't just go and say, I'm going to work hard and hope someday I reach that freedom number. Who would like to have more control of that number? That's what we want to talk about today. Now, I do have to say that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach Opportunity, but your hustle, your determination, your hard work, your passion, your focus, absolutely going to make it happen, right? So today we want to talk about 3 things. Compensation plan highlights, the levers that you have within our compensation plan, and then we want to give you a game plan of how you're going to get there. So as we talk about residual income, we know that there's 2 main streams of income. Outside of everything else, for matching bonus, retail income, I really want to just focus on this part of the compensation plan. Number 1, you've got the team cycle bonus, then you've got Shakeology monthly orders. I want to talk about the power of duplication, building a coaching organization with strong, solid, productive leaders, and what that does to your business, and retention, and how that can exponentially grow your income to reach your freedom number. So regardless of what your freedom number is, what we want to do is we're going to place a tool on the NLC page, and it's a simple calculator that will help you backtrack, reverse engineer what your activity needs to be, what kind of volume you need to have, how many coaches you need to have. Would that be helpful?
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to place it at the end of this session. We want you guys to pay attention, but this is what it's going to look like. So let's say your freedom number. Remember, this is residual income. This does not include retail or matching bonus or quarterly bonus. This is strictly building a strong business based on the foundation of team cycle. So here's what you're going to be able to do. You'll go at the top, you'll enter what your number is. You'll then see, it will populate it for you, estimating or assuming that you're a diamond and above. And by the way, this will be really nice for you guys to pay forward and help your coaches with. Enter your weekly earning goal. It breaks down your cycles needed. It then shows you how much volume you need on the left and the right leg. It then breaks it down to show you how many coaches you also need. Okay, so this is, I want to give you permission for a second to be overwhelmed. How many of you love numbers? Yeah, 5 of you, right? But this is important. This is important stuff, and all you need to do, the nice thing is, we've made it super simple. You just enter the top number, and there it is. It shows you exactly what you need to do. The hard work ensues, right, after that. Now, if I'm sitting in your seats right now, I would think, those are pretty big numbers. And I would then go, what's the game plan here now? Well, the beautiful thing about it, Melanie and Ashley and Micah are going to give you that game plan. What I really want to talk about is the power of duplication. And this is something that Michael talked about yesterday through the team leader and the leadership lab. This is another example for 50,000, if that's your goal. And the next example is 75,000. Again, the beautiful thing about this, you can enter it, and as you increase levels, there's always more to do. Now, what I want to show you next is illustrate the power of duplication and what that could actually do in your business. So we talk a lot about diamonds and team leaders and 2-star diamonds. As you looked at those numbers and looked at that volume, you went, how do I sign up that many coaches? Well, the good thing is you don't need to. Because if you can learn how to develop leadership, this is the kind of volume on average that a diamond coach on a monthly basis or a team leader on a monthly basis on your weak leg or a 2-star diamond can bring to your organization. And so the point of building a residual income is really figuring out, number one, what are you shooting for? Number two, your own personal activity. And number three is then figuring out how many people do I need to have that are going to be productive coaches. So the first thing that I would do, if I were you, I would figure out, number one, my freedom number, reverse engineer that. I would then use the tool that we're going to share with you, and then work with your upline, your success partner, your regional sales team member, to figure out what you need to do between now and the end of the year. Now, you've seen the power of duplication. What I want to talk about next is the power of retention, because we've gotten so good at adding coaches. And Successful 5 is a phenomenal program that helps you consistently go after a major goal every single month and duplicate that throughout your organization. Now, what I want to show you is the power of the vital process. And Kim will talk about it later. But let's take, for instance, you're a coach and you're adding 3 customers. These are customers, they're not coaches. Here what it shows you over a span of 12 months, by adding 3 customers every single month and holding those customers and following up with those customers and truly taking care of those customers like Doug talked about and helping them see the value of Shakeology, this can add up to a healthy, nice income stream just based on retaining customer and just on your own personal activity. Now think about having coaches that are doing that every single month. 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10. Whether they're PS coaches or not does not matter. The most important thing is, do you have a culture? Do you have a strategic plan for developing leadership? Now you can see there that over time, that increases. Now this is a best case scenario. I will tell you that on average, customers will stay on for about 4 months. Think about adding another month, what that does to your business. These are incredible numbers to me because it shows that the long-term business-minded leaders really look at both the acquisition of customers but also the retention of customers and creating an environment that is going to be conducive to holding and nurturing and taking care of those customers and coaches. Now, if about 70% of your residual income, over time as you build a business, you're going to start building through the retail income, and then over time, you start building a productive organization. If 70% of your residual income is based on Shakeology sales, why are we not taking more time on educating people on Shakeology? Because we truly believe that Shakeology is gold for our health and fitness. Well, the fact of the matter is, it's absolute gold for your business as well. So what we've done, we've given you some tools that you can use. And if you think about it, you talk about personal development at all times. And mostly it's about, books and the 12-week year. We heard Micah share the book Grit and so on and so forth. How much time are we spending learning about Shakeology? How much time are you spending teaching about Shakeology? Because if you've been in fitness, you truly believe that the 80-20 rule, that 80% of your results come from what? Nutrition, and 20% from fitness. We've got to do a turnaround and start talking about the value of Shakeology. You're going to get to hear Darren Oline talk about it later today. And the beautiful thing about this is we have resources like the Shakeology one-sheet guide. We've got the Beachbody blog. We've got the Shakeology podcast. And if you were to spend just 1 hour a week studying Shakeology and teaching your coaches or teaching yourself about that, that would be 52 hours after a year of learning about literally the most important ingredient of your success in building a strong residual income. So let me get back to Amanda. The freedom number that she had was a really low freedom number to most of you guys' standards. But that freedom number would allow her to be able to stay home, to take care of her boys, and to build a future for herself. And this was over 5 years ago. The question that I want to ask you is this. The next 5 years are going to pass, whether we do something about it or we don't do anything. And I can tell you that Amanda did something about it. This is her beautiful family. You can see Austin and Roman there. They've added 2 more kids. Amanda has now built an incredible business. She's a high 6-figure income earner, and she's given herself a chance. This is what it's all about. Behind the zeros or any income that you're going to get, this is what it's all about. What I want to challenge you to do is to truly look at where you are right now and where you want to be. Because ultimately, if you don't have a plan, what do? You're failing to play. If you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. And so what we want to do is I'm gonna ask you very specifically, number 1, to write down what your freedom number is. What does that look like? Let's keep things simple. What is your freedom number? That's number 1. We want you to then go into your back office, into the NLC page and download that tool, where you can really figure out how to reverse engineer that number and find the exact activity and the kind of organization that's going to produce that type of freedom number. And number 3, get a hold of your upline, your regional sales team member, and let's get to work. We've been asked what our word is. And to me, my word is impact. The impact that Beachbody has had on my life is beyond anything that I could ever hope for or dream of. And I know that's the same impact that it's having on your families. I want to remind you again that the next 5 years are going to pass whether we do something about it or not. I can see there that you've got a lot of things to be thankful for, but a lot of people that you're working for. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is an incredible opportunity that has blessed me and my family. I want us to go out there and do the same for our families and impact the world. Thank you guys. Let's go out there and get our freedom.